Introducing new Moth Be Gone. Welcome back to WETT The Splash, the home of all your naughty little secrets.
We are live from the scene of the accident, and the death toll has climbed to a staggering rate.
Welcome back.
Hey! Oh.
Black Tie CBD, the owner of Black Tie CBD once walked from California to New Jersey, planting the seeds of the best CBD plants across America. But nobody followed him, followed up behind him or anything to water or tend for the plants. So, I mean, it's not like there's actually, giant pluming CBD plants. But he tried, and that's huge. He attempted to spread some of the best seeds across the entire country.
For the people.
And yes, he could have had somebody come back and maybe try to water the plants. Maybe he could have just
thought it out better.
Maybe he could have sent them individually to just farmers across the country. But
yeah.
But you don't get more in touch with a product, what it's not as deep as it is to walk and just gingerly throw seeds left and right whenever you're near grass. He was throwing them into residentials.
Just going for it.
Yeah, there was a time or two where he took a ferry across a river, and he was just throwing them into the water.
I feel like that's
handfuls.
wasteful.
It's,
Hopefully it makes it to the bank, otherwise it's sinking to the bottom.
I heard he made it to Vermont. He fed a handful to a horse.
Oh.
He thought maybe the horse will poop it and germinate it and it'll grow mighty.
Or when it dies, the seeds use the horse as its food.
That'd be awesome. Dude, yeah, remember when...
It's kind of morbid, honestly.
There was that guy, shout out to an episode way long ago in The Vault, but there was the guy who got murdered and there was a peach pit in his stomach. He had just eaten a peach.
Oh.
And it grew a peach tree.
I remember this, yeah.
And they found him because there was no way in hell there should have been a peach tree in that entire country. It was like one of those things where it's there's no peach trees for thousands of miles.
Yeah.
This landmass doesn't grow peach trees.
Yeah.
What
a wild way to find a murder, I'm sure years later.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is a really cool way to find it. But yeah.
Similar
So
idea with CBD plant, bro.
Yeah, so I mean, he Johnny Appleseeded him across the world. He stopped in Kansas and he put some in the pocket of a scarecrow. He stopped in fucking Texas and he loaded a rifle with him, like an old school musket. He took just a regular .22 rifle, right? And then he poured CBD seeds into the barrel and stuffed them and fired them at a cardboard cutout of Joe Biden.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
The one in Texas,
Yep.
but
yep.
What other states? He could have stopped in Louisiana and sprinkled some on some fried catfish.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Or
then he heads over to Kentucky and throws them into buckets of fried chicken.
Yeah. And he just puts them in the pockets of individual racist farmers.
Yeah.
All around the state.
Yeah. And then he goes over to Florida and then he feeds it to the gators.
Yeah.
So
and then he's fed to the gators. But he survived it because some man ran into the local creek and kicked the gator in the neck and pried its
snot
prop
out of
open.
the fucking gator. Yeah.
Things are like bear traps. Black Tie CBD, folks. If you use 10%, if you use Stick One, you get 10% off their stuff. It's really good. It's good enough to feed a handful to a horse.
Yeah, and if you're lucky, maybe when you buy that Black Tie CBD, they'll send you a nice little coordinates for where maybe some CBD seeds are, bro.
Yeah, and then it's up to you, honestly, as a customer, to go
And
to the
find it.
coordinates and see if it's at least around.
It's like that one game, where you leave shit behind.
The geocaching shit?
Yeah. So it's exactly like that.
Yeah, just
like
go.
a game.
There's little CBD plants all over the country.
There might be something there. There might be not.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows? You know what I'm saying? You might find horse poop. If you find horse poop in the coordinates, water it. What?
Because that shit's fucking CBD
Yeah.
seeds right there, man.
It fed like a fucking 100 to that stupid thing. He ate it like oats. It took a minute. It took a minute for the horse to eat it all, taking bites.
Can you imagine being a dude on a hike and you show up and you just see some dude watering horse like a pile of poop?
Yeah, just one. Yeah. What the fuck is going on with him?
Like a guy's a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, what
Let's
a
walk
fiend.
the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Black Tie CBD, folks. Stick
Stick
one,
one.
10% off. Shout
Yeah.
out to them.
Yeah.
So
It's a good ad read.
yeah, that was a fun one for sure. So now let's bring it back for a second.
Okay.
Last week's episode was recorded a week in advance.
Oh, yes.
I had to go. I didn't have to go.
You
I
wanna
went
tilt
to
the microphone
Disneyland. I
towards you.
went on vacation, and
There you go.
while between those episodes being recorded, Norm Macdonald died.
Yes.
And Norm
R.I.P.
Macdonald was like, I think personally, like he'll be a legend in comedy probably forever. And I'm not really a comedian, you know. I haven't really done much stand up. I've hosted like open mics and stuff. So I'm not like one of these like authorities in comedy. I have no influence in comedy whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? I have a show.
Sure.
But to me, as a person, as a fan of comedy, you know, as somebody who grew up watching comedy specials from when I was little, watching Carlin and Louis Black, I think Norm will he'll go down in that list of names, right?
Yeah.
Like those list of like, there's like Lenny Bruce, George Carlin, Richard Pryor, you know, like some of the...
Like, yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know if people, because I think people will say like he's one of the greatest comics of all time, you know, and like he wasn't like putting out tons of specials or anything like that, you know, like he's not like Kevin Hart or Gabriel Iglesias like doing stadium tours and selling out. Like it wasn't something like that, you know, because he wasn't for everyone, but for what he did. Like it was, he's one of the goddamn funniest.
Yeah, he
comics.
was part of a lot of the major movements in comedy. You know,
Well, he was really offensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is too is he was offensive, not necessarily like he was witty. I guess is what I was going to say.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not like a pre-written offensive. It's just his natural state of being. You
Yeah.
know?
God, he was so funny, dude.
Yeah. So quick on his feet.
I've been watching like just compilation specials of Norm.
Oh yeah.
Like since he went down, because like he's just like just forever. Like, and then the stories people have, because you know now that he's passed, a lot of I listen to a lot of podcasts, and a lot of these people met Norm, knew Norm, maybe only had one experience with him, and they all have like a hilarious story about him.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like a hilarious in person. Like he was just as funny, like off mic or off, you know, when he's not on the stage. He's always on. And fuck, man, that's a bummer.
Yeah, it's a shame, really, because I think he was one of those guys, as you say, that not only everyone knew, but everyone to some capacity either looked up to
Yeah.
or was like a model, you know, for them, especially for aspiring comedians, you know. Because he proved it was important to be funny, but it was also important to be personable, you know, and make that network. And Norm knew everybody, you know,
Yeah.
like that dude knew everybody,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And it's just a shame that the cancer was what took him, you know, because that just seems to be the go-to for people who die of natural causes. It's always cancer. I feel
Yeah.
like every single time.
Yeah, and he was still young, honestly, and like
He's 61, right?
was he 61?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean I would call that young though. Like
Yeah, no, 100%.
with with the way people age nowadays. Like
And
my
he looks
roommates
good
are
for
70.
61. He looked good for 61, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, like my roommates are like 70, and like one of them is, still fairly young. Neither of them look super old.
Right.
So 60, like when younger, I would have thought 61's pretty old, but like the older I get, to realize like no, that's young still. Like that sucks.
Especially for modern medicine.
Yeah,
and
people
whatnot.
are making it like I think what was it? The oldest person in the world just died. She was 118 or 117.
Jesus.
117 years
Yeah,
old.
and he didn't wasn't hurting in the money to access that health care.
Yeah,
But cancer is just a bitch, dude.
And-
You think
and-
it's everybody.
and it's like so it's respectable that he kept it to himself.
Right.
You know, nobody knew he had cancer.
He dropped subtle hints. Did you watch? There's a couple game shows. And by the way, your microphone's pointing
Yeah, I know.
upwards.
Yeah, I
I'll
know.
come over and fix it in a second, unless you got it.
There you go.
But yeah, dude, I was watching a couple, basically like talk shows. I can't remember who the hosts were, but one I remember specifically. He was with two other talk show hosts, and I think it was maybe a year ago, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. I can't remember exactly, but it was around the same time that he had found out that he had got cancer, and he was making jokes about when he dies, you know, how he everyone's like, oh, I want people to have a party and shit, and blah blah. And he's like, fuck that, I want people to be crying. I'm fucking dead.
Oh,
damn
yeah,
it,
he said he wants that to be like one of the saddest days in the world.
Yeah, and everyone was just devastated, but that motherfucker knew. Like,
no, he did. Well, no,
it's wild that like he kept secluded, you know, but he definitely dropped subtle hints. You know,
but I heard it was like he had been diagnosed for like 9 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I thought it was this past couple of years that he was diagnosed.
It might have it in the article here that you have, but I'm pretty sure it was like he had it for a while. But what I was gonna say, oh man, look at fucking Norm.
Yeah, dude.
He was goddamn man.
No, oh yeah, and you're right. 9-year private battle with cancer. So maybe like when he was taking its hold.
Yeah.
Because that talk show that I was watching was definitely not old. It was definitely not recent, but it wasn't old either.
Yeah. He, I mean, he definitely made a lot of jokes like that. Like, I think the big one that everybody's kind of tagging, you know, to the memorial was that he made a joke where it was like, if you think about it, cancer is killing you, but if you die, the cancer dies. So really, that's like a draw. You know what I'm saying? So cancer didn't kill you. Like, it was like it was a draw. So
that's a nice way of putting it.
He didn't win or lose. And he's definitely going to be remembered forever.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Been around for a long time, SNL especially. Yeah, apparently his first writing gig, let's see, where is it? Was the Dennis Miller Show.
I remember that.
Let's see, 1986, looks like.
I remember my dad used to watch that. It was like on like HBO or something late night.
Yeah, that was his first writing gig in the 80s, late 80s. Well, R.I.P., buddy.
Yeah, right on. R.I.P. Norm.
Thanks for what you did for the world, man.
Yeah, he's definitely that's a legend.
Yeah, dude.
So let's move on to some funnier shit. First of all, I gotta talk about this because I talked about it just a second ago. I said come back to it.
Sure.
I went to Disneyland this last weekend.
Yes.
Which is why the episode was recorded in advance. Which is why last week's episode wasn't about Norm because it came out after Norm died. But you know what? I don't think it should be like he's late because it's a week later. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm not announcing news to the world.
I mean, who cares? Whatever.
Yeah. Like, I'm sorry that every podcast you listened to last week talked about Norm, and now it's a new week and you're hearing me talk about Norm.
But we're here to make you sad
legend.
again.
All
We're
right?
here to make you sad all over again.
I had to go to the
you.
fucking happiest place on earth. All right.
And learn about his death.
Yeah.
Well, no, you knew before you went to.
No, I knew right before I went. I was at work.
Yeah.
I was at
So
lunch.
On the way there, you were just like fucking bummed.
It was at lunch and it actually ruined my day. I texted Mark, I texted Mike. You know, the three of us were having this conversation, just like holy fuck, because like Norm was like really underappreciated, kind of. Mm-hmm. As in, like, he didn't get a lot of shots in the industry, but everybody in the industry knew how great he was.
Yeah.
So like, but we
knew everybody.
So of course, like, you know, we talked for hours about fucking our love for Norm, but no. So I knew before Disneyland, but I got there, and like, let me tell you about my idea of Disneyland from an outsider's perspective, right? Because I would say most of the people at Disneyland were really excited to get to Disneyland.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying I wasn't excited to go because it was a fun trip. You know, I went with my girl and her daughter.
Sure. It's an escape.
Yeah, being part, like, the child was super happy, and that means a lot. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, the contributing to that, no matter where we were, that like that's enough. Like, that's cool. That makes you feel good. But Like it's like Disneyland was just never really on my list of things to do.
Sure.
So when I'm walking around, I'm not looking at it like the happiest place on earth. I'm kind of just like I'm looking at it from just like
A theme park.
yeah, it's a theme park, but that has like this weird cultist vibe to it. Bro, like
Yeah, you're not wrong.
so the first of all, it opens up at 8. You got
Yeah.
people at 6 a.m. and Mickey ears
Getting in line.
waiting
yeah.
outside security to go
Yep.
through the buzzer.
Yeah.
Like we sit at a hotel right next to the fucking thing, and my girl's like, we gotta leave at 7, and I was like, I thought you said the park opens at 8, and she's like, well, we gotta get in line, and I was like, that's crazy. Like we're gonna be like the third or fourth people there. No way. No sir.
Nope.
No. Like
Yeah.
wow. No wonder COVID never stopped.
Yeah. Right.
It
All the
exists
fucking
through
people, dude.
Disneyland.
Mhm. It exists
Bro.
through many places.
Because there was there was like no social distancing, anything. There was
Right.
It was
No one gave a shit.
not the
Yeah.
happiest place on earth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck that.
Yeah. 100%.
Masks were required in line or inside.
Mhm.
So other than that, you don't have to wear that shit, which is nice. But I think kids had to wear it like 24/7 or something like that.
Mm.
Whenever they're in the park,
Yeah, because they're technically.
they can't
At
be
risk.
vaccinated.
Yeah. Well, they're at risk. Yeah.
Yeah, but like so I'm looking around though at all these people that are like, like this is like the biggest day of their lives. Like they're so it's
Oh my
crazy that
God,
they're
yeah.
here. They may be from across the fucking country and they were too broke for Disney World. So they're just like, let's try Disneyland.
Yeah.
The money that we'll spend in gas will still be less than Disney World tickets.
Yeah, that's fucking true.
Yeah.
And staying like at Disney World, Jesus.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But like there's people super excited, right? And I'm just kind of like walking up like, all right, like this will be a real fun day,
Mhm.
We'll have a good time. But there's people like, holy shit, bro. They're Mickey'd out already,
dude.
bro. They're wearing all the
Yep.
park merch before they even get in it.
Yeah, they're about to have a day of fucking just glory, dude.
Yeah, and then there's like apparently there's this thing going on where people are wearing like clothes that are only at Disney World.
Mhm.
So it's like you wear them like because it's like I've been to the other one,
Yep.
bitch. Like
Yeah. It's like a flex.
yeah,
Real talk.
It's a super flex,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
And like another thing that was going on. So apparently back in March, it was supposed to be like a gay pride thing at Disneyland,
Mm-hmm.
but it had to get postponed to the fucking weekend that we were there.
Right. Yeah.
So we were there for Gay Day.
Hell
which
yeah.
which I don't know why they call it Gay Day because it was the whole weekend, but
Right.
maybe it was only supposed to be one day
Maybe because
in March. But
gay end doesn't sound very good.
yeah, and gays with a picture of
Oh
fucking
no!
with Goofy on it.
Go yuck yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking so they do this thing where you're supposed to wear red if you're gay at Disneyland,
Mhm.
and then that way they can kind of like find each other to just go pound it out in like a porta potty somewhere, but also to show that like you have strength in numbers and that you don't have to feel alone. You know what I'm saying? But like.
Just pounded out each other in
Yeah.
the porta potty.
And I don't know why they're doing that to the gays. You know what I'm saying? Because like, there's other people that could probably identify each other through shirts. Like what if you're
Yeah.
depressed? You should wear blue, and then you
Yeah,
can see
yeah.
how miserable
Yeah.
everybody else is.
You're just like, oh look, it's not just me.
Yeah. What if you're
Yeah.
handicapped? Like you put like lime green,
It is kind of weird.
and
to
then you
like,
know all the other handicaps, and you
Yeah.
can be like, see, there's other cripples and retards. Like we can be together.
Yeah,
like
it is kind of weird to highlight it's like, oh, it's gay day
Yeah.
/ weekend, but you have to fucking be labeled.
well, not only that, but
Like,
when you turn in your tickets for the first time,
Mhm.
they take a picture of you.
oh,
Yeah, so it's like they're able to label them easier,
so they have them.
Yeah.
So they have them in a database
Yeah.
on the map on the
and there's cameras
Jesus
everywhere. That means they're
Christ.
counting them if you think about it.
Probably.
because there's cameras fucking everywhere.
Probably. They're probably counting them for like not be like anything sinister. I don't think but because
They're definitely getting
never
a toll, though, like-
never rule out that possibility
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah,
But I mean, basic data as far
Yeah.
as how successful the weekend was
Well-
would make sense.
okay. Well, it's like think about this. Like what women is 60% of humans. or something like
that
that.
I don't know. Let's find out.
I think there's supposed to be there's more women than there is men, and it's mostly going to be women who are that into the Disney. There's dudes that aren't gay that like Disney a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying if you're a guy and you like Disney that you're gay, but I'm saying that if you're a guy and you're gay, you like Disney.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who doesn't?
Honestly, according to the Census Bureau,
Okay.
but this is 2010.
Okay.
It's a 50-50 split, just about.
Oh, okay. All right, that's fair. Is it still more women?
Yes, women is still more by looks like 0.8%, give or take.
So it's not crazy. Well, okay, but still, like, I feel like Disney probably has a more female market than it does male.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because of the princesses thing, probably. And I like Disney. You know what I'm saying? I like Disney movies. Like I was never excited about the theme park, but I definitely like Disney movies a lot. They're all musicals. I'm a fan of musicals.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say probably I'd agree with that statement that the Disney as a brand is probably a more effective to females than it is to males.
Yeah.
And I don't mean because obviously that's a blanket statement, because there's many people, many dudes who love Disney just the same, you know.
Yeah.
But I think the magic and like the just I don't know, naturally I think it attracts the female audience more than it does the male audience.
Well, yeah, because the movies were about princesses, not about princes.
Yeah, at least the originals were. And then you get into like your Stitch. I'm trying to think of other examples off my head. It wasn't do you remember Treasure Planet? Was that a Disney movie? No,
I don't think so.
Great movie, but not a Disney movie. But anyways, you get the point. Yeah, I agree with you. That's probably a larger female audience.
Yeah, but that means like you want to make sure you get the gays, right? Like you want to show a lot of gay support. We're in a time right now where, like if you were to do something like anti-gay, which shouldn't be fucking done anyway, but like you're gonna get a lot of fucking backlash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like right now it's like the F word and the N word. You know what I'm saying? Like now, like you can't even say it anymore.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not even saying it right now.
Yeah.
Like there's a magic barrier around it.
It's too harsh for sure. Yeah.
It's yeah. Well, here's the thing. It was flown around like crazy just like 10 years ago.
Right.
It was totally normal to say it.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I'm not going to say it. That's fine.
Yeah.
Unless we learn how to beep, in which case I'm going to learn how to say it.
I think it goes to the previous conversation we're having off the show because we have conversations you'll never hear.
Yeah.
But in the general consensus is that like there's what's the origin of the word, like was the origin of the word, like for example gay originally happy, right, in theater and arts and performance stuff and other things, right, and then it was meant for an identifier, and then things like queer, other higher words and everything, other variances I should say, those ones were intended for slang, and then have, in my opinion, more potential to be offensive than gay because that's just an identifier, and the original origin of the word was not necessarily also the identifier. It was just happy,
Yeah.
So I think it's like the existence or the origin of the word is what can kind of determine its connotations, but again, it's all determined by social norms.
That's true. So okay, so it's gay day, and there are, and it's mostly, and here's the other thing, this is the reason I keep bringing it to the dudes, not a lot of lesbians walking around.
Yeah.
Lesbians, I don't know if they're not fans, but
I don't know. That's a good question.
Definitely overwhelmingly gay dudes.
This is why they take data.
Yeah.
You got to do these numbers.
They're probably.
I'm kind of curious now.
That's the thing, is I bet they're counting this.
Yeah,
and they're being like, well, there wasn't a lot of gay women here.
Yeah.
It was like overwhelming, like 90% gay men.
Yeah.
I saw some lesbians, but they weren't wearing red. You know what I'm saying? They were wearing leather or denim. You know what I'm saying? They were wearing like they were about to either work on their car or ride a motorcycle, not hang out at fucking Disneyland.
Hell yeah.
They got like a leather cut, but it's got Mickey on the back.
Sounds like Teresa. Fuck yeah.
Fuck like they look like they'll fight a man.
Fuck yeah.
Bigger than them.
Butch as fuck, dude.
Bro.
Hell yeah.
But they weren't wearing red, that's for sure. But yeah, it was the thing is like, it's not because it sounds like I'm being anti-gay, which is funny, but I could
I
see
don't
how
think so.
I feel like it would be interpreted that way because of the way the internet
I
is.
think it's
But I
Go
was
ahead.
getting like
Yeah.
a lot of good looks. You know, I was getting looked at a lot.
yeah.
Yeah, like I was
Telling
getting
you, bro.
eyeballed a lot. Like
You got the gay magnet, bro.
I think I'm gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I must be a little gay.
No, I think it's
'Cause-
just you fit the role of a bear in the
Yeah.
in you know
Yeah.
like you have the blue eyes,
Yep.
you know, you smile when they look at you,
Yep.
you know,
A little sensitive.
You very cleanly fit
Yeah.
in the slot of bear,
Yeah.
dude. Like so,
And I was explaining to Jessica. I was like, this has kind of been like my whole life. You know, ever since I was a kid, like
yeah,
I like just gay dudes have always kind of just, you know, I've always done quite well with gay dudes. You know, I told the story a couple weeks ago about getting hit on at Safeway. And there was a few times where I kind of got eyeballed like up and down, and it felt good, you know.
yeah. You're like, yeah.
I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm a good looking guy. I was Googling, I was trying to find the shirt.
Yourself. Fuck yeah,
Bro, at one point I was trying to find the shirt because they all had this red Gay Day
Yeah.
Disneyland
yeah,
shirt.
yeah.
And I was like, where are these fucking shirts?
I want to buy one.
I haven't seen one. They weren't fucking selling them
I
at the
want
park.
more looks, man.
All these people got these shirts beforehand.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, they didn't
It's
sell them
it's
at the
an
fucking
event.
park. Yeah, so I was just, you know, I was like, well, are there red shirts? I bought a Pizza Planet shirt. It was red.
It's close enough.
Yeah. I was like, you know, I'm gonna whore it up. I'm gonna go walk around. I'm gonna roll my shorts up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hot out here.
Yeah, you're like you start like slowly lifting up your shirt a little bit. You
Oh
know?
my God, there was
Yeah.
this big black guy. He was intimidating.
Oh.
He was wearing Spanx under like runner shorts.
Okay.
So he's got tiny
Yeah.
shorts, and then
Yeah.
you could see the Spanx under
Tight
him.
as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's wearing like no sleeves. You know what I'm
course.
saying? Looks like a warrior.
Of course. A
Looks
warrior.
like
a warrior.
a warrior, like he looks like a Lululemon assassin.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
like looks me up and down, and I was almost like scared. I was like, whoa. I was like, I don't know if I could take dick like that. I'd have to start with one of these other pudgy guys
Yeah,
or something.
he's definitely a warrior.
Yeah. But my favorite was like
Trying
there
to
was
bone you down, dude.
there was this guy who he was all right. You know what I'm saying? He was kind of a pudgy guy. I'm a pudgy guy. I don't know how picky I'd have to be with when it comes to gays. I feel like I could probably do what I could probably. I feel like I would be the lady one. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like
the little spoon or whatever.
no, like a woman can pick like for the most part get a hot guy or an ugly guy. It's kind of up to them. Men, you're kind of more chosen. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'd be the chooser.
Yeah.
You know
the
what I'm
power.
saying?
You
Yeah,
have the
I'm
power.
the one who's just like yes or no.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
You experience true
Yeah.
power.
so there's this guy.
Yes.
He's walking towards me and my girl, and like I saw he did like just like every other flock there was always one because they're all in groups of like 6. You know what I'm saying? Which is awesome because when you're in line with them, they're fucking hilarious.
Nice.
You know,
Hell yeah.
I rode a roller coaster with a couple gay dudes, and they were talking shit about some female that was working at the churro cart, and it was so goddamn funny. I wanted to hang out with them instead of my girl.
Yeah.
I thought about like I almost
you guys
joined the
trying to-
flock.
You guys trying to go hang out?
Yeah.
What's going on?
They went on a ride without me. I thought about just leaving with 4 of them. I was like, like it's fine. We'll make a starfish, boys.
Hey.
But
Hey-o.
But so this one fella's walking towards us, and he kind of gives me the up and down. You know what I'm saying? Like really, like I'm a steak. It was pretty good. Like it was. Like even like I was sweating. I was like, whoa! Like, I never looked at it like this. And then he looks over and he looks at my girl, and his face gets visually disappointed.
Oh, he's like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, like he literally went
What a
from whoa
waste.
to son of god damn it.
What a fucking waste.
Wow, really? This one's not gay? Bullshit.
You know she was just fucking just roasting the relationship in his head too.
Yeah.
He's just like, I could do this. I could do way
Yeah,
better.
he'll
I
come
could
out.
do-
He'll come out. He's lying to her. There's a lot of that shit. He knows he's gay. He may not have tried it yet, but he'll try it. Like,
Yeah, I think it convinced because there's some aggressive folks for sure that I've met that are 100% like that. They're very forward about it.
Yeah.
It's like it's like they just don't know. They just don't know. It's fine. I'll give them time.
Yeah.
You know, just like, damn, bro.
Yeah,
Starting
yeah.
to sound a little rapey, homie.
Well, because they're
you know?
dudes, and dudes are a little rapey.
Yeah.
Gay or straight, dudes are a little rapey
yeah.
sometimes.
It's fucking too much, dude.
Sometimes dude
Too
have some
much.
rapey thoughts.
Oh man, just too much horn dogs, dude.
You know,
It's
like
too
we
much.
talked about how everybody has the potential for chaos.
Yeah.
You know, dudes
Yeah.
have some,
Some
sometimes.
serious.
It's like, whoa.
Males are advocates.
Did
for,
I think that? Or like you meet a person that talks that way and you're like, what the fuck,
yeah,
dude?
and they're like forward about it.
like
yeah,
I feel like I
exactly.
should talk to somebody about this shit that you just said.
It's
That's
like,
awful.
should I be threatened?
Yeah.
Concerned?
You have to tie her up to make love to her?
Mortified? Maybe all of the above.
Yeah. What do you mean you know how to make chloroform? What kind of animal shit is that? Are you
You
a
have how
chemist?
many gallons of muriatic
Yeah.
acid just hanging out in
Yeah.
your garage?
Yeah. You work at T-Mobile. What do you need that shit for?
What are you melting the phones that you get that they donate to you?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
The fuck-
Yeah, dude.
But okay.
I don't think I've ever been going back to Disneyland.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been that excited to go to Disneyland. Other than the time that I allegedly did lots of drugs at the theme park.
I did
But-
see some people that were clearly on drugs.
Yeah, that is allegedly a great time.
If I was to go with like the boys, I
Mm-hmm.
think I would probably I'd probably do ecstasy.
Yeah.
Because ecstasy is not going to impair you in any way.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to give you it's like meth almost. It's going to give you energy for the whole day.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and
That's true.
colors are brighter
Mm-hmm.
and you could feel vibrations more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like cuz you're always feeling vibrations and shit
Right.
from sound and everything like that. And sound waves, know, the denser low frequencies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Low frequencies are just like high frequencies. Sound waves are physical things.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're on ecstasy, you feel it more, if that makes sense.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
You know, you'll hear a subwoofer when you're sober. You'll hear it.
Mm-hmm.
You'll feel it in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
When you're on ecstasy, you'll feel it in your heart.
You feel it go through your body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like energy in your chest almost,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy. So, I think ecstasy would probably be the drug of choice.
That would make sense.
Yeah, because
You're be far more physically attuned
Yeah.
to the rides for sure.
I think mushrooms, I'd be thinking too much. That's not really fun.
Hmm.
You know, I'm just going over and assessing every fucking ride I'm walking up to. You know, I'm going through Little Mermaid and trying to break down why somebody would write about fish
Mm-hmm.
or about the lives of actual fish
Mm-hmm.
and what my life would be like in Fishland.
You know, it's so weird because my mind is not empty, but it's very at peace on drugs.
Yeah.
You know, in the sense that like I'm definitely going through phases, you know, of
Yeah.
like reality, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm never panicked. You know.
Yeah.
I don't think I've once been like overwhelmed while
Yeah.
doing shrooms. You know.
I haven't been overwhelmed by shrooms, but
Mhm.
it definitely makes me think a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's just about whether or not you want to go down dark paths while you're thinking.
Right. Yeah, that's fair.
But with
That's fair.
acid, I've definitely been overwhelmed.
Yeah, because it didn't stop. too.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
a long journey.
Mhm.
But you know,
That's why they
Disney's
call it a trip. Dog.
Disney's the kind of place though where I mean the park opens at 8 and closes at like 11. If you want to do
Yeah.
acid,
You have all day.
You can do acid.
Yeah.
You know, if you're willing to get up and get through the security line, maybe take it at like 7:40, 7:30.
And what a wild way to end your trip on fireworks, because they do fireworks all the fucking time.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
saw the fireworks. That was another thing, bro. Like
It was beautiful.
they do the fireworks at like 9, right?
Yeah. Huh?
But there's people at like 5, 6 p.m. who are
Oh.
sitting on the sidewalk.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to acquire your spot ahead of time.
It's
It
just
sucks.
well, here's the thing, bro. Disneyland is so fucking expensive.
Mm-hmm.
The thought of being like, I'm gonna take a 4-hour chunk
Yeah.
out of one of my days
Mm-hmm.
to sit on the fucking sidewalk,
To watch fireworks.
ass level,
Yeah.
with thousands of people. That place was apparently at 45% capacity. You could have fucking fooled me.
Yeah. I
All right.
bet. Yeah.
So you're sitting on the sidewalk that's the main fucking entrance to the park, ass and crotch level, and thousands of people are going around back and forth around you.
Yep.
You're smelling every fart.
Yeah.
You're
So
uncomfortable. You're on
every
the fucking ground.
Mhm.
and you paid like $250 to sit on that fucking ground for 4 fucking hours.
Yeah, that's why some people will, if you're smart about it, the around the water where the fireworks are, there's certain restaurants that you can eat at, right?
Yeah.
But they obviously will push you out for the next. You can't just stay and hang out. You know, they'll push you out.
You gotta keep ordering.
So what people will do is around the time that the fireworks will go on, they'll make reservations for certain places that take them. You know, that are near the water, so that when they go sit down to eat, the fireworks are about to start, and then you get to get a nice little vantage point. You know, you're not up close, but you're above most everybody, at least like above head height, and you get to eat and watch fireworks.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have to find those stupid balcony points that I think you normally have to have some secret Illuminati privileges to get into.
Yeah, we watched that shit from a popcorn line.
Yeah, there you go.
Like
nice.
my girl was just like on.
Sounds like the Disney experience.
Because my girl knows that park like a psychopath.
Oh, really?
She knows every fucking square foot of it.
Nice.
She knows where everything is.
All the
you
food.
Don't even, I feel like you don't
All the
even.
good food.
She's like how I don't need a GPS.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't need one at Disneyland. Like I don't know where the fuck anything is.
Damn.
And she knows where everything.
I
is.
always need a map. I've been there a couple of times today. I always need a map every time.
Oh, dude.
I always get
Okay.
lost.
I tried to go find this shop that I had went to at one point in the day. So that my girl was like, they were going on the Ferris wheel, the big Mickey Mouse one. I'm not having it. I don't want to go on the Ferris wheel. We got to share with other people. I really want this shirt, and we're going to be leaving, so I'm not wearing it. I just remembered.
Right.
I really wanted that fucking shirt. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, hey, I'm going to wait for you outside of the Ferris wheel. Like I stood in line with her all the way till she got to the front. And then I was like, all right, I'm good. And I walked out as they were going to get on. Right? Because I wasn't interested.
Right.
And I ran all the way around this fucking park, like super far to where I thought the store that sold the shirt was. And I got lost.
Oh,
and then had to run all the way back to the fucking Ferris wheel across the whole park. Yeah. I'm all fat and sweating. All disappointed. I couldn't find the shirt. I was fucking lost. But there was this one event. Because I was, as a spectator, as a people watcher, I was playing games.
Right.
Count the depressed women. That's a really fun one where you just see some tragedy that's been beaten down by life wearing
taking
a fucking
like 3 kids with her.
Yeah, wearing a Mickey Mouse ears veil. They had wedding veils that were mouse ears.
That's weird.
Oh, that fucking freaked me the fuck out. I'll tell you that one. There's this one lady though who stuck out.
I just don't like Disney that much at all.
There's people who get really fucking into it.
Weird, dude.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, more power to you. But
I mean, if there's things that we've gotten into that we get into at that level. I'm into comedy at that level. I would freak out. Like if I got to go to like an event where I knew there was going to be a lot of comedians and that I was going to be able to freely converse with them, I'd probably be like super juiced to get there.
Yeah.
So like I get it on that level if that's your thing. But there was this fucking lady who we were on the teacups, right? And it's a family. So it's like this 6'3" white dude, bald, wearing sunglasses, but you could already kind of tell the defeated wrinkles in his face. Like he's a beaten down man.
Yeah.
He's got one of the babies. There's 3 total. He's got one in one teacup. Mom has got 2 of the others in the other teacup. She's maybe, like 5'8", 5'7", blonde, skinny, you know what I'm saying? Like with the ponytail and the visor. Real soccer mom.
Right.
Like real like Xanax-y, like, 1,000 prescriptions and a therapist.
Yeah.
And
Probably makes a pretty good wage.
Yeah, exactly. And like the dad is just kind of abused and around, but he's hanging on, you know what I'm saying? He's just like this shell of a person. He's really just more of an extension of the mom at this point.
Yep.
He's there to make bread and get yelled at, if she's not conked out on whatever prescription she's on.
It's like a terrible experience.
Just, just a real manic-y looking person, the mom.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got the other 2. And one of them falls out of the teacup.
Oh, no.
The ride hasn't even started. It's fine.
Oh, okay, good.
Like a baby though falls out of the fucking teacup and hits the ground. Blow. You know what I'm saying? Splat.
Blow.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Dude, the mom, her response was to just start crying.
Oh shit, that family's fucked.
Dude,
oh
she-
my god.
She didn't move.
Dude, really? She's
she-
gonna go pick up the baby?
She started doing that child kind of cry where it was like silent, but like the whole world is coming down upon you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that kind of cry where like the face just immediately swells up, but no sound is coming
oh my
out.
god, dude.
Like it is
she
crazy.
She's probably really embarrassed too, because
yeah.
center of the attention.
Yeah,
you
now
know?
everybody's looking at her.
Yeah.
And
Oh, and it's a baby.
it's the happiest day on earth. Now, yeah, what if it's autistic now? Like,
no.
yeah, that's got to be a really shitty.
that
and then,
ties
you know-
in their images very closely now. I can really paint the picture of this family now.
Yeah,
from
yeah, yeah.
that. Holy
So-
fuck, dude.
So mom is just crying.
Oh, this poor lady.
She's not
This
getting
poor
up.
guy.
Yeah, she's not getting up. The other baby's just sitting next to her. She don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
And then the baby's just face down on the asphalt. You know what I'm saying? just laying there. Nobody's getting this stupid baby. It's just everybody's still just in
Making
shock.
any noise? Was it crying? I imagine.
No, it was just it was too dumb to cry now.
Somebody's
It
like,
doesn't
man.
understand to cry anymore when it's sad or hurt.
Somebody's like, man, is that a fake doll?
Yeah.
Is that actually not a real baby?
Yeah. So this thing's like reverse turtling on its
Wow.
face, like it doesn't know how to get up, and like, so here comes Dad, which this has got to be super embarrassing for him now too, because he had to get out of his teacup
And walk over
while
right?
holding the other baby, holding the baby that he's got. Now he's got to do now he's got to do tricks,
God damn it, Deborah!
bro.
Fucking
Yeah,
shit.
because think about this, bro. They're in different teacups, and they're not even in teacups right next to each other.
Which is kind of
So
weird.
he
Why
had
wouldn't they
to-
all be together?
He had to watch his wife
Fucking
just melt down
lose
instead
her
of
mind
and
yeah.
not pick up their baby. You know what I'm saying? Like not only is this the most embarrassing shit in the world, but pick up the fucking baby. He had to get up and walk across the ride to go pick up the baby, and then just bring it back to his
Oh
teacup.
man! And is his face just broken,
Broken.
emotionless?
Broken. You could see sadness through sunglasses.
He's like, I'm going to kill myself
No
after this ride is over.
Not really a smile, not really a frown. Just nothing. Just he's like a husk. He was once a soul-carrying body, and now he's a husk that there's nothing left in this man. He's like a robot. And
So fucked
he
up.
just comes over and he picks
Oh
up the
my
fucking
God.
kid.
I wish I was there.
Oh man, God, dude.
I wish he recorded it or something. I know it was probably in the moment.
Yeah, it was in the moment. Plus, I was in the teacup with my girl and her daughter. Just
Oh man.
everybody's watching.
The
dude.
image in my head probably is less accurate from what I'm seeing, but it's hilarious. Regardless.
Oh no, dude! Because her face before the
Oh
baby,
man.
like, is extreme happy. So she went to extreme. This is a person operating on
extremes.
full tilt.
Yeah.
Pedal to the floor in every direction.
All happy, all sad, all angry.
Yes, like oh my god,
Oh man.
like to see somebody crumble and not save the
Oh
child.
my god! I was to say the image. I just keep replaying in my head the
Yeah.
baby going blam onto the on the
Yeah.
ground, and then she just not moving an inch.
Yeah, just
and
immediately.
just seeing the reaction of people turning around, seeing what's happening.
Yeah.
not seeing anyone move.
Nobody's moving.
So I'm sure some people were like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Yeah.
Others were like, "Dude, there's a baby.
Yeah.
Is it dead, dude? It's
It was-
not moving."
It was long enough to where I even thought, like, maybe I should go pick up that baby before this thing starts.
Yeah,
Like,
before the meat grinder starts.
yeah. Like, holy shit, dude. And then just poor dad, man. I feel worse for dad. Because mom could have at least, while being a mess, picked up the baby and cried it out while spinning around in circles in a giant teacup. But
Yeah, why were they in a teacup together too?
it's 5
That's
people, I
weird.
guess. I mean, 3 of them are babies, but I don't know.
You know, like you went too near each other, so you both. I don't know.
Hey,
That's
you know,
kinda
that
weird.
was. I bet they're only hanging on by the fact that they have 3 kids, dude. This dad's
gonna
contemplating suicide at all
I'm gonna
moments.
take this one. This is my child.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can take those other 2 suicide
It's
bombers.
like, look, I need to get the fuck away from
Yeah.
your manic ass for like 5 minutes, okay? So just let me take one on a different teacup.
yeah.
And she's like, why don't you want to ride the same teacup?
Just,
He's like,
just
'cause
give
I'm
me
going
Jerry.
to
Just
fucking,
give me Jerry. Just
going
give
to
me
put a fucking bullet in
Jesus.
my head. Okay? That's why I need to ride a different teacup than
And
you.
I'm
I will.
seconds from blowing
Yeah,
a bullet in all of our heads.
You
if
know,
you don't
the-
give me that fucking child.
The whole time driving through the Grapevine, I thought about just putting our car through the fucking median. I swear to God, just let me ride in a different teacup for a minute.
You know,
And then he's gonna watch the baby hit the floor hard,
yeah.
face first.
Yeah, and then he's just like, should have
Really took it.
hit that medium. I should have fucking
Yeah.
hit that medium. Always walking all the way over to pick up the fucking infant.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God.
So are we talking like 2 months, 3 months, like infant,
I'd say it was like
or-
probably a
6 months, a year?
maybe a year, because I
Yeah.
don't think it wasn't walking on its own yet, but it wasn't
Right.
like a newborn.
Enough to be in the baby getup, and it's still
Yeah.
pudgy, tiny little fingers, tiny little feet.
Maybe a 2-year-old
You know?
now that I think about it, because I see a 2-year-old quite often, because Lynn and Pat
Mhm.
babysit one.
Mm-hmm.
And like this baby looked like it was enough to like probably stand sometimes.
Mm.
You know, maybe it's not like standing in one place, but it can walk.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Well, for the sake of the story, let's just say 1 year because that's just so much funnier.
yeah, it was. It's enough that the baby couldn't fucking pick itself
Yeah.
up. You know what I'm saying? I guess a 2-year-old probably figure it out and get
man.
up.
It's like a cartoon where you pick it up and his face is just flattened. You know,
It's
his
still
nose is
stuck
just
to the
bent
pavement a
in.
little bit, like. Oh, because it's so hot.
Yeah.
like it melts
Well,
a
they
little.
left. She left her on there for long enough, so
Yeah, she could
it
have
probably
cooked it.
was really hot.
Yeah, it's
You-
medium
she-
rare.
She might have just like fried a little bit of his brain right there.
Yeah, I can't.
God.
I don't know how you don't get up at least.
Yeah. Well, it's your fucking child.
Yeah, it's.
I don't want to.
But-
I mean, we've this entire time we have already been assuming, but I would say I don't want to make the assumption. But it sounds like that she didn't really want to have all those kids.
She
you
probably
know?
wanted to have one.
Yeah, and then
And then-
ended up with 3 because you couldn't stop fucking. Goddamn, both of you. You
Pull out
fucking
game or
stop
wear
fucking.
condoms.
Yeah, exactly. Homie needs to either stop plowing and just going in, you
Yeah,
know,
that's all he's
or
got,
he
though.
needs to. Yeah, right.
That's all he's got.
That's all. That's the only bit of happiness he has. It's
Yeah.
just-
Besides coming, his life is fucking miserable. That's all
I
he's
don't care
got.
if I make another one, and then post nut shit.
Yeah. He's fucking breaking pregnancy tests in half and shit. He's punching his fucking.
He's
He's got,
trying to find a flight of stairs for his
yeah,
wife.
his entire dashboard is cracked and fucking warped
Yeah,
from
yeah.
him constantly getting in his car and punching the fuck out of it.
And meanwhile, she's just screaming at the mirror in the bathroom.
Yeah, dude, she's like threatening to fucking cut her wrist because
Yeah.
dinner was
Yeah.
was cooked poorly.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
dude.
saying? Like
Yeah.
she stained the carpet a little bit. And now she's trying to cut off all her fucking
Oh
hair.
my
in the bathtub.
god, yeah, because any final bit of air for her is overwhelming.
Yeah.
You know,
And then at the
'Cause
same time,
I'm sure
she's-
kids are chaos.
Yeah, and then at the same time, like you're at like Lowe's and like there's a cute garden gnome and she's freaking the fuck out about it.
Oh yeah.
She's super excited. Like everything
Yeah.
has got to be extreme. Like there's like this thing that happens, and it's funny that because when I said it to Jessica, she was like, "Yeah, that's like a whole thing, like where you'll kind of recognize a couple of people, and then you'll just keep seeing them throughout the day, even though there's so many fucking people."
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like there'll be a point where like you're in line, and somebody will catch your eye. Like there was like this great, big fucking fat guy, right?
Yeah.
So much that his extra thigh meat was spilling out of his shorts.
Sounds like a big target,
It
bro.
was crazy, dude. It was crazy. But like, you know, there was other great big fat people, but this guy in specific, like I kept just noticing him
Mm-hmm.
across both 2 days. I kept seeing him. You know what I'm saying? There was also this like traumatized 16-year-old girl with her family that I just kept seeing at rides.
Going through
But-
her fucking
Yeah.
adolescence.
But-
Jesus Christ.
But the other people I would always notice is that meltdown family. And
Yes.
every time I saw the mom, otherwise from that event,
Mm-hmm.
she had like that kind of smile where she looks like she's about to cry.
Oh yeah, the stuck face,
Yeah.
the stuck smile. Yeah.
I've experienced that in people before. Like there was this one time when I was working at Gugurgenspiegel's that there was this woman who would come in who would always cry while she was talking to me. And it was like she was so traumatized by somebody in her life that she was probably forced to stay quiet. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of things that'll happen
Jesus.
in families and shit
Yeah.
where somebody will like rape their niece
Yeah.
and then the
They'll
family
threaten them
keeps
to be
it.
quiet. Yeah.
Well, the family together will keep it under wraps because it'll ruin the whole image of the whole family.
Right.
So it's like there's people that are, you know, assaulting their own children and
Fucking hell.
their brothers and sisters'
Yeah, I
kids.
mean, I believe
and-
it, yeah.
Yeah, it just gets hidden. So this woman at Gugurgenspiegel's was probably like, you know, abused so much and always forced to be quiet about it so much that the sheer idea of speaking up to a man was like crippling.
That's scary, dude. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because it's like I'm just taking your fucking order. Like I always
Yeah.
came inside the store. It was her
Yeah.
and like this big handicapped dude. Like they were both they were part of a program somewhere.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like it wasn't like they should have, like, you know, they could be alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They probably live
They're
in like
functioning, yeah.
they live in housing. They take
Yeah.
buses. They probably
Yeah.
work or something.
Right.
But you know they're on the spectrum of some sort, and everything she'd be saying, by the end of the one sentence at a time, she would be crying. So it would be like a confident, like it would start out like, "Hello, I'd like to get one large pizza."
Oh my god,
I'd be like,
dude.
I'm like, "Oh shit, okay."
Yeah.
And then what would you like on it? Well, I would like green peppers, pepperoni, sausage.
Oh my god.
And like
no.
she would do this through the whole fucking
Oh
conversation.
my god.
Like it was
This
like
poor woman.
like if she had to say 3 more words every time, sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
If she had to say like 3 or 4 more words every time she spoke, she would hit the ground because she's crying so hard.
Jesus Christ.
It was like she was winding up every
Yeah.
time she'd speak.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It's like an extreme form of anxiety.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what I thought of that's what I remembered when I saw this woman was like, because I've only seen her in 2 states. I've seen her crazy
Yeah.
with the baby, like crazy sad, and every time else I see her, she
just
looks
forced
so
smile.
happy
Yeah.
that she's about to start crying.
Yeah, yeah.
So she's just a crier, and I'm sure that must be
She sounds
fucking miserable.
She sounds extremely stressed out.
Yeah.
Like teetering on the edge, stressed out.
Well, yeah,
And that husband sounds like he's just fucking giving up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all the kids were, all 3 of them were young.
Mm-hmm.
Like if 2 of them weren't twins, like she was probably pregnant for like 3 fucking years straight.
Yeah, fuck.
Because I think it's like right after you're pregnant is like when you're most fertile.
extremely fertile.
Yeah, so it's like-
your body is just done going through the whole cycle.
Yeah.
you know?
So she probably got fucking, what is that shit? Postpartum depression
Mm-hmm.
or something with the first one. And then that was super overwhelming for him. So he just started throwing it at her just as hard as he possibly could. Because
Yeah.
other than that, his life was probably fucking miserable.
Yeah,
He's not
probably has a
sleeping.
career he hates.
Yeah, he's not sleeping. Neither she's always upset. You know, she's never happy anymore. The woman that he's in love with is depressed, and it
Yeah.
almost feels like it's a little bit your fault. But
Right, and if she gave up her
and, you
profession
know.
to take care of the kids, if she had one, then
Yeah,
she,
the-
she has no personal goals
yeah,
anymore.
the baby needs tons of fucking attention,
Yeah.
and you probably have a shit job because you have to take care of a
Right.
kid, and as a good person, you got yourself a good job to provide for that child,
Mm-hmm.
but you might not necessarily like it because you did what you have to do. And obviously gender roles can flip. It could be the other way around where he's a stay-at-home puss, but
Well, I mean, in a lot of families too, they'll do double duty, right?
Yeah.
Or one member of the parent. Wow, words. One parent will stay at home with the kid, the other one works, and then they swap.
Yeah, they'll do like
go
night
home.
shift.
Yeah,
and-
exactly.
Yeah.
That's pretty common now too.
Yeah, that seems better.
It's probably more efficient, honestly.
Yeah. But then you get
But-
like your time together becomes
It's very limited.
very limited.
Yeah.
And that's the whole reason this whole thing started anyway.
Yeah, and then your time together as a parent couple
Yeah.
with your child also is important. You
Hey,
know?
but which is kind of cool because if you think about it, for a silver lining of COVID, like remote work is huge now,
it's true.
so that's a little easier. But yeah, like this fucking lady, like she was probably super depressed, and then he was just throwing dick at her because his life was fucking miserable.
Yeah.
And that's been their life. And like every time, it seems like as soon as she's healed up from the birth,
Another one.
you know,
comes
that's
around.
when you're most fertile. And
Yeah.
he's just like, oh, pregnant again. Because
One
those
of them
kids were,
motherfuckers need to get fucking birth control.
yeah,
One of
seriously.
them. Doesn't matter who.
Dude,
fucking
if
one
I
of
was
them.
the dad, if I had 3 kids, I'm fine with the vasectomy.
Same.
You still shoot
honestly.
loads?
Yeah, dude, 100%.
I used to think that,
people
like-
men get so fucking weirdly like territorial about that shit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just like, don't be a fucking pussy, dude. You can still, it still functions.
Yeah,
You're
well,
just
also-
not getting a kid, you know, which is going to cost you $100,000 for
Well,
your life.
You
know?
still get, I think, well,
like,
I didn't know until recently you still shoot loads.
Yeah.
I thought like your dick would just like fart like an elephant tusk and then you'd be done. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I unplugged my headphones.
it was just going to be like when you're letting out a balloon and it's just flopping around like a fucking one of those, like when you put too much pressure on the fire hose and nobody's holding it in the front.
It's just fucking spraying.
Yeah. And then you're done. You're like, all right, that was embarrassing. I think I'm done for tonight. Did you get yours? I hope so. I'm not hard anymore.
Like a fucking elephant. Fuck you. I'm choking on my own spit.
But I think if I had 3
Oh,
kids,
man.
I'd be cool with just fucking shooting blanks.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, especially if you never have to worry about making another $100,000 fucking project.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
seriously.
Because I mean, and I say project because it doesn't stop out at the money. You know.
No, yeah.
So
But so
I think I fucked my headphones up, dude. God damn it.
we'll have to mark that one. But so that just, I don't know, like I saw that lady and all I saw was like red wine and Xanax and fucking Thorazine and Klonopin. Like she's probably like on like a handful of fucking medications and now she's at the happiest place on earth so she doesn't take them, you know, and she goes full. Because I know if you don't take your shit and you've been on it, like the withdrawals can put you on full tilt like that.
Sure.
Or the adverses or whatever, she's on full tilt 24/7. And that explains why the
Yeah.
dad looks so defeated.
That sounds like a terrible fucking existence, dude. On both sides. I feel
Yeah.
kind of bad for those kids for sure.
Yeah, and then you try to fix it by going to Disneyland, and it's like, you guys have a much bigger problem you need to address.
Yeah, it's hard too because like even if I get like the motive, it's like, oh, take it to Disneyland because give the kids an experience, blah
Yeah.
blah blah. To go camping,
Yeah.
like go somewhere where you can build a bond together, not so you can just escape from each other. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Like
and
do
they, 'cause they,
do something calming together.
yeah,
you know.
and they probably genuinely really love each other, of course, but it's just hard right now, you know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not a testament to their relationship as far as like whether it's fragile. Like individuals can be on the edge of fucking many things, but still have a strong relationship with people.
Yeah,
you know?
of course. So,
Like, so it's just life fucking sucks,
Yeah.
you know.
but I'll tell you what, like, if there wasn't an argument about how she didn't get up to help the kid,
yeah.
then
Yeah.
I have no respect for that man.
Yeah.
I
If
have
that you
none.
just kind of let it happen, I was like, come on, bro.
If
Like
that would have,
that's-
if that would have went either way, like,
yeah,
if he would have dropped the baby and did nothing and started crying,
same.
it would be a funnier episode. But like, you know, like either way, you're the one. You're in reaching distance of the child that's face down on the floor.
Yeah.
Please pick it up.
Even if the roles were reversed, yeah. Like if either parent didn't chew out the other one,
Yeah.
because that's just going way too
Yeah.
far.
And
And it's like, come on, bro, figure your shit
Yeah.
out.
I don't care if you birthed the child personally. It's on the ground,
Yeah.
face down, in an
Possi-
amusement park on a spinning whirl of death.
That's been sitting in the sun
Yeah.
for ever.
It's essentially on the highway.
Yeah.
You know, with the teacups just flying around and shit.
Yeah, dude. He would get his little tiny arms or fingers get caught in one of the bendy parts of the, because it bends up and down, right? It's not just a flat surface, right?
And they're all on like their own gyrating wheels on big gyrating wheels.
All it takes is one little part of his tiny little finger to get into crevice of the ride and tear the whole arm off.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna whirl them around real fast.
Oh man, can you imagine? Dude, what if she had dropped it as the ride was starting, dude?
Oh shit!
Can you imagine? Oh my god, dude.
See, I would have probably got that on film.
It takes a second to turn that shit off.
Yeah. I think that one.
If you'd pulled your phone out fast enough for sure, because that would be like instant,
Whoa, fuck! Okay, this is gonna be on the internet. I finally did it. I finally got one.
I got my world star.
This is how this works.
Yeah, dude. Like, cause that shit, like, it has to ramp up and ramp down. It's not like a kill switch. You know,
Yeah.
There is an emergency button, but it just slows down like over the course of like 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a.
Well,
done off, so that baby's going to be experiencing some serious pain if the finger or whatever body part gets caught within those 3 seconds.
Yeah, because if you tried to have like an emergency, like, and it was like within a second that thing is done. Yeah, you would give everybody whiplash.
Yeah, exactly.
You would hurt everybody else.
Then there's the process of like realization of emergency too. You know, like I'm sure like the worker, there's probably not a whole lot that happens on the teacup thing, maybe a little bit, but they're paying attention to a degree. Yeah. But then maybe they don't see the baby fall right away as it's starting, and they hear the exclamation. But in this case, the wife didn't scream or nothing. Yeah. So hopefully, if at the right of starting, she would have said something. But for the sake of the argument, let's say she didn't. Yeah. And like didn't react in time because maybe she didn't know the ride was starting. I don't know.
Or she just started fucking crying.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Like she did the first time.
So there's probably I'd say a solid 5 seconds before the emergency button is flipped or pressed or whatever.
It's almost more likely that dad would be on the other side of the moving teacup ride. Yeah. Before the ride is actually 100% stopped.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's dodging teacups.
Yeah, picking up the.
He's getting, he's gonna get fucking. You get hit by one of those fucking things, end up face down in one by everybody's feet, and you're stuck.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's fucking still spinning.
Dude, oh my god, that like talk about timing. Like if that guy had not seen the baby get dropped, because I'm sure like he saw it too and then waited.
News.
Yeah, dude, like literally a 10-second difference could have made everything. Like,
and then I wonder, like, if the baby's dead, if they would start trying to resuscitate it.
Oh fuck. Well, I mean, if it depends, I guess, on how bad the wound is.
Well, there's like this thing where nobody's died at Disneyland. Nobody dies at Disneyland.
Oh yeah.
Because if you die in the park, they'll try to resuscitate you until you're off the park grounds.
Yeah, and then they'll confirm you died.
Yeah. So like,
oh my god.
I'd like to see like this baby's like ripped in half, and then they really have the audacity to come out and start pumping on the the top half.
Yeah, just his lower half is gone. Oh my!
It's like, what do I do if the chest is in two different pieces? He's like, push them together, like a puzzle piece. Put it all together, and then start pushing on it. Like
I don't even know if the paramedics would know what to do in that scenario.
Throw up first, probably.
Because if somehow this has got really grotesque really fast. But if somehow a baby is severed clean in half from that teacup ride, because again, maybe both of its hands get stuck in a portion, it gets dragged in, maybe its foot gets caught, and it somehow gets torn. Yeah. Oh, Jesus, dude.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be adorable, its little baby arm?
What? That would not be adorable. That'd be terrifying.
Yeah, but their hands are so small.
They wouldn't see the hands. They'd be squished into meat.
Yeah, that's true. They're already so.
You'd see meats. Like you'd see maybe the head, the torso, the legs, maybe, and then you'd just see chunks of meat and blood. Yeah, everywhere.
The bones are basically like Q-tip art. So, they're not even almost real. They're just kind of keeping everything in one shape.
The what was ground up is like. Probably just weird meat chunks with the powder of his bones left over. Oh Jesus. Anyways, I don't even know where I was going with that because I'm like that's just plaguing my mind now.
Well, we're talking about like if she didn't react while the ride wasn't moving and her choice was to like manically break down? Like, do you
like
think,
that same scenario.
do you think she would have reacted
I would
when it started
hope
spinning?
so. Because I would hope, because my logical brain,
Yeah.
my rationally, I would say, if I was in that scenario, if I heard the sound of the ride starting, automatically attribute to more danger when you're outside the cup, right?
Yeah.
So I would hope that her brain would process in the same way,
Yeah.
somewhat.
Yeah, because if she was crying
know?
out of embarrassment, you would hope she would drop her own fucking ego to save the child.
Right, because now you have a chance of your child really getting
Yeah.
hurt versus it just falling out of the teacup.
Yeah.
You know.
Because it's like, because the question is like, why is she crying?
Right.
Why is she not acting? So it's like,
Right.
if you're crying because you're embarrassed,
And you just have had it.
yeah, it's like the ride's spinning. Okay, so
Right.
like let's drop that,
Yeah.
and you can be embarrassed afterwards.
yeah.
Cry while holding the child that just fell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
cry in front of the child that just fell, because then what does the child think?
Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
were a
yeah.
baby, right? Like let's say you were old enough to remember shit. Like so, let's say you were a kindergartner, because you can remember some kindergarten,
A little bit, yeah.
a little bit, just a little. There's a couple moments.
I'm an odd man now. I don't have a whole lot of memories from elementary school. I do, but not many.
I think you'll remember. You remember mostly like the more traumatic or eventful shit.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
or like the little moments that kind of shaped you in some way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but like you're not like remembering like
Specifics. Yeah.
hours worth of time. It's like flashes. But like imagine if you held on to a flash in your head as a kindergartner that you one time fell off of like a jungle gym and you broke your arm and you were all fucked up and like you couldn't move and you were scared
Mm-hmm.
and your mom was right there sitting on the bench
And just
crying.
yeah, and she didn't respond to you at all.
Yeah, she's not helping you. She's
Yeah.
just crying.
Yeah. That's especially at a young developing brain.
Yeah.
I'm sure it would be excellent to get some early childhood development folks in here that we
Yeah.
know. But I'd be interesting in the psychology and effects of that on a growing baby
Yeah,
brain,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
or child's brain rather, because at that point you don't know the social norms, you don't understand the complexities of it, you only understand the instincts, the reaction to it.
Yeah.
And it's like if you see parent in distress when I'm in distress, is this oh shit extreme is you know
am I going to die?
yeah,
Like,
exactly, because
you don't have the concept of death. but-
because the child will always look to the parent for reaction in any scenario.
Yeah.
New person comes into room, like 90% of the time, the child, if they're with their parent, they will look to that parent to see
Yeah.
their reaction. If they're freaked out by that person, they will naturally be on edge
Yeah.
around that person. If they're like welcoming, they're like, all right, tight, you know? I mean, again, there's many nuances, but the same principle, I believe, applies to traumatic events, right?
Yeah.
So if a parent is having a meltdown when you are in distress, that is like ultra red flags.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to die right now, or something around me is dangerous, or something bad is happening. You know?
I can remember my
Like-
parents saying, like, when I was really little, like, let's say I was like 4, and I was learning how to ride, like, my bicycle, I would fall off of it, and I'd be fine
Right.
until they asked if I was okay.
Yeah, because
Then I start crying.
Uh-huh.
So there would be times
Yeah.
where my dad would, like, watch me eat shit. I'd be like, don't say anything. Don't say anything. He'll be fine. And then I'd be fine.
Yeah.
You know, and then my mom would be like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And
Because you
then,
don't make a big deal out of it.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right. Because you